Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be doing a Q&A. So y'all asked me some questions on IG and I am about to answer them. I did get to see a few of them. I didn't see all of them, so I'm excited to see what y'all asked me. So let's just go ahead and get right to it. Okay, first question. It says, what high school did you attend and year of graduation? So I actually went to 3 different high schools. First one was Woodrow Wilson here in Dallas. Second one was Skyline here in Dallas as well. And then the third one was Bryan Adams. So I went to 3 different high schools. Year of graduation, I don't know because I did not graduate. I actually dropped out in the 10th grade. And that was when I was 17 and I got with my husband at 17 years old. So I did not graduate. It's okay though. Let's see. Second question is, how did you start off? You do such, this is work related. It says work. How did you start off? You do such a wonderful job with floral arrangements. I love your work. Well, thank you so much. Basically I was just thrown in there. To design. The previous owner, not Emily now, but the previous owner basically just said, here you go, start making something. And then another designer that was there as well, he basically just threw me in there and he's like, here, just start making something. And I was like, seriously? Like, what the heck am I gonna make? I've never dealt with flowers or anything like that. I don't even know what they're called. I didn't know anything about flowers. So yeah, that's how I started. Basically I was just thrown in the floral business, in the floral business, and 7 years later, here I am still designing. So that's how I started off. Let's see. Next question says, are you planning on having more kids? No, I'm just kidding. Am I planning on having more kids? Maybe not this year, but then I doubt. I'm thinking about it because in Catalea and Armando will be going to school this year. So if I just get one more in, I could just get them out the way. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I might have one more, but it's not in my plans. So it's all in God's plans, whatever he decides. If he wants to bless me with another one, then just bring it on. But as of now, no. So maybe like in the next 2 years, So now you jinxed it. Now I'm probably gonna end up pregnant next week. So who knows? Okay, next question says, what's your work schedule like? Work schedule, normal, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Not weekends as of now. Maybe weekends will start coming up, later on down the road. But as of now, it's just 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Let's see. How do you keep up with editing and blogging every week? Girl, I don't know. I don't know how I do it, to be honest. Honestly, I have a schedule when it comes to editing, when it comes to blogging, but I know I have to because if not, then I would just focus all the time on that, because that takes time. It takes time to edit, it takes time to vlog, it takes time to, create content and what content you want to do this week or next week or whatever. This day, let's just say Tuesday, I'm going to be, editing, and this is how much I'm gonna edit. I'm only gonna edit for 1 hour, and I just do 1 hour, and whatever I can do in that 1 hour, then that's what I do. Now if it's a long video, or if I know I have to do special effects or just things that I already have in mind of doing, then maybe I'll stretch it out to 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, but I'll break it down, and the good thing is that my husband knows that, so I always tell him, I said, hey, this is gonna be, I share with him, this is editing time, and this is I have to do this thing for for YouTube, and I have to create this, or whatever it is. So I always communicate that with him, that way we're on the same page when it comes to my schedule and stuff. So honestly, it's all about communication with my husband, because he really does help me out a lot, and that way he knows, he takes the kids away, and he knows this is okay, she needs about 1.5 hours, and takes them away from me. Next question says, oh gosh, why do I keep moving this? What makes you the happiest? Family time, quality time with my kids, quality time with my husband, spending time with my family. That makes me the happiest. So even though they do drive me crazy, but I just love being with them, and that's honestly what makes me happy. Let's see. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Okay, I am afraid of two things. One is like serious afraid of. I guess it's kind of more like fear, and then the second one is like a crazy silly one. So let's start out with the crazy silly one. The crazy silly one. I am afraid of heights. I am terrified of heights. I'm not even afraid. I'm terrified of heights. Anyone that knows me knows that I cannot be a few feet off the floor because I'm like panicking. And I don't know how these people do it. Have you ever seen like those people like are on top of the ladders that are working like in homes or whatever, and they're just up there, doing their thing, and I'm just like, are you not freaking scared? Like my legs are shaking just by looking at you. You know what I mean? So I don't know how those people do it. I don't know how people can just be up there doing their thing and not, just minding their own business. I can't do it. I am terrified of heights. My husband will tell you that I am scared. Like if I get on the little, it could be like a small little ladder, like a 3 foot, 4 foot ladder. My legs are like literally like this. So I am afraid of heights. So yeah. My serious afraid of, passing away at a young age and leaving my kids now that they're young. Like that's my biggest fear. Like I am afraid of that. I don't even want to continue to talk about it because I just get emotional. But that's my biggest fear is to pass away at a young age and not seeing my kids, grow up. So that's another one. Yeah, thanks whoever wrote this question. Now you're making me all emotional. Next question. Moving on. Moving right along. Let's see. Why do I keep moving these questions? What is your idea of a perfect date night? Oh, okay, perfect date night. I am a homebody, so I don't even care about going out. Honestly, I just love to have a romantic, like a outdoor picnic, like an outdoor picnic in our backyard. So I would love to do that with a lot of flowers and a lot of candles and all romantic. Maybe like watch a movie on the projector whenever we get a projector, and then just end it in a very nice romantic way. So that is my idea of a perfect date night. Let's see. Next question is, what do you do in your spare time? Spare time. Well, girl, what's spare time? Because I ain't got no spare time. I'm just kidding. What do I do in my spare time? I'm the weirdo that likes to organize. I wasn't back then. Now I am. I like to organize. I like to like prep for like the upcoming weekend or the upcoming 2 weeks. Again, that's what my husband says. I'm always so stressed out because I overthink things. So I like to organize. I like to go to Home Goods just to look around, not necessarily buy anything. I like to scroll on Pinterest just to get some ideas for my home and how to decorate, and then just kind of like bring it into like my own vision, So yeah, that's what I like to do in my spare time. Next question is, what is the most challenging about your blogging journey? Most challenging is, I believe, is staying consistent. Staying consistent is definitely the most challenging because you can easily get distracted, with other things. And for me, it's just staying consistent. But I think consistency is like, you need that in general, like you need that in life. You know what I mean? You need to be consistent in your relationship. You need to be consistent with your family. You need to be consistent with your kids. You need to be consistent with your time. You need to be consistent at your job. Consistency is like everything. consistency is definitely the biggest challenge when it comes to, you know, the vlogging journey. Let's see. Next question is, what is your greatest achievement outside of vlogging? My kids. My kids are my biggest achievement. My family. That was a pretty easy question. So that was a definitely that's my kids. Okay, guys. So next question says, what motivates you to do YouTube? What motivates me to do YouTube is I just love creating content. Honestly, I love sharing like my experiences. I love giving advice. A lot of the times they don't ask me for my advice, so they really don't. I just love creating it. I just love creating videos. I love creating content. I love like the whole editing part of it. I just love everything about it. So let's see. Next question is, what inspired you to start your vlog? Guess pretty similar answer for what I just said. I just love sharing whatever I've been through. Maybe someone else has been through the same thing, you know. When it comes to being consistent, like with routines or anything like that, I was not a routine person whatsoever, but I was just like, how do I keep up with so much? Like, how do you keep up with, you know, laundry? How do you keep up with, like, you know, setting a time for your husband and setting time with your kids and setting time for yourself? Like, I've always wanted to know that. So now that I guess I somewhat got it somewhat together, I love to share that with others. Yeah, that's what inspired me to start my vlog. I just love sharing my experiences, and I love giving advice regardless if they don't ask. So let's see. Next question. Oh my gosh, guys, sorry. My foot fell asleep. Sorry, I had to like stretch on my leg here. Let's see. Next question says, okay, so it says, how often do you and your husband get alone time / date nights? Girl, we get alone time every night. Just kidding. No, it's true though. We just honestly, we set a time. Like, we set a time where whenever we get home from work, honestly, whenever we put the kids to bed, like, we still want to chit chat. Like, we normally go to sleep like at 9:30, like that's our bedtime, but we will, you know, still want to talk and this and that. Like, we'll just kind of catch up and stuff like that. So we just try to manage the time as much as we can. Date nights, we try to set a time for date nights, maybe twice a month, for sure once a month, maybe twice a month if possible. So I think it's really important to say date nights, to just, you know, we always text throughout the day. We talk throughout the day, you know, and we both say like, okay, kids, you're gonna go watch a movie or whatever. This is Mama and Papa's time, you know? And they're just like, oh, okay, you know, so they know, like, don't come bother us. Go, just give us about an hour. We could literally just be sitting in the living room watching a movie, you know, just be alone. And then of course, nighttime baby, that's a whole different conversation. Let's see. Why don't you wear makeup? What the heck? Are you serious? That was the actual question. Why don't you wear makeup? Wow, that was kind of surprising. I didn't expect that question. Why don't you wear makeup? Well, if makeup for you is mascara, eyeliner, and concealer, I do wear makeup. But if makeup to you is a whole face, foundation, powder, I don't even know what other stuff, eyeshadow, the whole glam, the whole face, I don't do that. I don't wear the whole face thing, foundation and all that stuff. I just never liked it. Honestly, I've never liked it. I've never been into it. But like most of my sisters, 2 of them are kind of like me, that we just don't wear makeup unless we go out. But they wear like the eyeshadow and stuff like that. I don't do that. I honestly just wear mascara, eyeliner, and concealer. And I just kind of like fill in my eyebrows. Honestly, I have done it. I've done the whole face, you know, thing, eyeshadow and foundation and all the other stuff that's called, whatever you call the other stuff. I have done it. I did it back when my sister-in-law got married, and I think that was the only time where I actually had the whole look, and I didn't feel like myself. It didn't look bad. It didn't look like too much, but I'm just not used to it. But I did feel my face. I did feel my face heavy. Like, I don't know. It was too much. So I just don't wear makeup because I'm not into it, and I don't like it. But if you would love to give me a whole makeup look, you're more than welcome to. Just send me a DM. Let's see. How do you manage family time, work, and also time with your husband? Scheduling, baby. I schedule everything. I create routines for everything. I schedule everything. I just set a time. Honestly, before, a few years back, I was the worst at managing time. I was the worst at managing family time. I was the worst at, spending time with my husband. But I've come to realize that I was doing everything by myself. I was taking care of my husband. I was taking care of the kids. I was taking care of the house. I was cleaning. I was doing laundry. I was cooking. I was doing everything by myself. And at some point, I'm just like, I got fed up with it, and I got tired, and I told my husband that I need help. Like, I need you to help me out more in the house. I was getting overwhelmed. I was being very stressed out. And that's why I couldn't spend time with the kids. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a point where he would tell me, he's like, you're not coming outside with us, and you're not, this and that, you're always doing something. And I was like, I'm sorry, I have to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I have to do it because, who else is gonna do it? You know what I mean? So, but now, literally not too long ago, maybe a year, 2 years ago, things started to change because I started speaking up. And I was like, I need you to help me. I want to spend more time with the kids. I want to do this, but I'm just so overwhelmed. And honestly, that's how I manage my time, because now that I know that if I, my house is clean, and I don't have to be wasting my time and doing laundry or cleaning my house. That time my house is already clean, so I can now go spend time with my kids. And then also, I had to create routines. Like, I know I say this all the time, but it really does help. The first thing was like laundry. Like, how can I get laundry together? I'm always like, there's always so many piles, and it's like, it was too much. So I had to come up with a routine. I had to come up with a new tactic of how to do laundry. And then another one was, time with the kids. Like, how do I spend more time with the kids if I'm always doing this and doing that? Well, I'm sorry, I'm an early person, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to wake up earlier, and I'm gonna have to do this, and that. In the afternoon, this is gonna be the things that I have to do in the afternoon, and then I can still put in quality time in the in the evening routine. You know what I mean? So it's all about routines, it's all about scheduling, and it's all about communication with your spouse. Definitely talk to your spouse and try to, come to an agreement and try to compromise on certain things. You know what I mean? So that's how I manage my time, scheduling and routine. If you gotta schedule a time with your man, then you gotta schedule a time with your man. If you gotta, schedule a time for family time and spend time with your kids, and you better put that on your schedule. Just like everything else, if you own a business, you schedule your time. You have your own little calendar. You gotta do whatever you gotta do, but you gotta try to fit in the time. Let's see. Next question says, if money wasn't a factor, what would be your dream car? Oh, I don't really think I have a dream car, to be honest. I think that can always change, as years go on. So I don't really think I have a dream car. But I did see this 2022 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. I think that's how you pronounce it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's a really nice car. Like I said, that can always change in the next 2 to 3 years. It's not like a forever car. The next question says, how'd you meet Oscar, and what was first impression? We met through an ex-friend. She basically introduced us, and I was 15. He was 18, I'm guessing. Yeah. I was 15, he was 18, and we were chit-chatting, we were talking for a while, and then after that we just stopped talking. And then like 2 years later we reconnected. He was like passing by, I guess he was like in the area, he was passing by, I guess he remembered where I lived. And when he was passing by, I was coming out of my house, and we started talking, and we exchanged phone numbers. And literally a few months later, we were dating. I guess you call it dating. I don't really know what it was. I guess it was just talking. And literally a few months later, we got together. We just, I don't know. Yeah, that's how we basically met. And 13 years later, here we are with 4 kids. So yeah. Last question says, this one is about religion. How do you keep your faith strong? Honestly, I try to read my Bible every single morning. I pray every single morning, and I worship every single morning. I am very grateful every single day that I wake up. I think everything that I've been through, and the change that I've made from where I was to where I am now, I think that's what keeps my faith strong. So, and honestly, whenever I feel disconnected from God, whenever I feel like I'm either getting distracted with other things, and I really have to check myself, and I'm like, okay, what is distracting me from God? Why am I not as consistent when it comes to Him, but I'm consistent when it comes to everything else? I'm consistent when it comes to YouTube. I'm consistent when it comes to, my husband. I'm consistent with everything else. But why am I not consistent with Him? So that really, when that happens, and when I feel like if I'm separating myself from Him, I have to check myself, and I have to look around me, and I'm like, why am I not giving Him the time, but I'm giving everyone else the time? So what keeps my faith strong is like, do you remember who you were? And do you remember, like, look at everything that He's done, And also the people around me, I surround myself with positive people. I know who's gonna lift me up, and who's gonna pray for me whenever I'm going through a spiritual battle, when I'm going through a difficult time, when I'm going through, just depression here and there that sometimes happens, because sometimes you're just so overwhelmed with so much things in life. So I have a really good support system, and just people from church. My church is just amazing. My pastors are amazing. So I really, that's what keeps my faith strong, and just connecting with God every single day. That's really important, because I tell you not, when I don't pray, when I forget to pray, and or honestly don't even forget to pray, I just decide not to, when I'm just waking up later, I'm running later, whatever it is, my day is horrible. I have a horrible day. I'm in a bad mood. Everything is just a disaster. So I've noticed that when I don't pray, when I don't talk to God, when I don't read my word, I just have a bad day. Honestly, it's just me. So that's what keeps my faith strong, knowing that He has taken me from where I was to where I am now. So I think I answered all of y'all's questions. I don't think I missed any of them. No, I don't think so. I think I answered all of them. And comment below if you want to see, what else do you want to see? What kind of videos do you want to see? And if you have any other questions for me, just go ahead and put them down in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on my next video. Mwah.